Hello YouTube. This here's NinjaOfComedy. I'm making this video for you guys to let you guys know a lot of situations that we're currently dealing with. That even myself as a YouTuber, who may not be a famous YouTuber yet, but would do the same thing as they would do. Give you a message, letting you know of the circumstance that even they face, and not just you. Because we all need to give real support for one another. And that being said, we all know that you can't win a three-legged race without having a real support by your side. And even though you may not have one by your side, you can provide the support to them. You probably would ask, well, what if they don't want support? Well, that's okay. Just let them be. Because only you matter in order to help make a great change. And speaking of change, this pandemic has carried on to this year as well, only because of the neglection of people who don't want to show what it means, how much they care, only for themselves. Because those that just want to walk around without a mask on don't realize the kind of situation they put to themselves as well. If they want to care less, then think of it like this. Would you rather be next to a zombie all your life for the chance that you could become one yourself? And secondly, because if that person was not easily detectable, you couldn't tell whether or not that person was a zombie, and you'd been infected, would you like to live your life, the rest of your life, operated as a zombie? Because that's going to happen if you keep on doing the way you're doing. You can avoid that. And for those that have breathing problems, such as asthma, you can still avoid having that situation. My mother, she has asthma, but she wears a mask. She doesn't throw a fit. She doesn't complain about it. She goes with it without a complaint. And if that's a problem to you, there's a face shield too. Any way that you can save yourself and even protect others from getting it. And if you want to constantly make it like it's a joke, then you don't exactly know what you're doing to yourself. You can say that you just care less. And you can cause all kinds of violence. But you just ruin yourself more. No one wants that. The solution to fixing things is not to destroy it more. Perhaps there is a situation where a solution may have something to do with wrecking it and building it back up. But as long as you're able to build it back up into a better state, that's all that matters. Always work for the better, not for worse. And speaking of making worse, the madman to which we had in office has finally left his chair. I mean, that shouldn't be a surprise, right? It's not so long until the new one finally takes place. And yet the madman still continues to be mad. At least we can say that our world can finally start to heal. And speaking of healing, a message for you Trump supporters. I mean. I'm not your enemy. I'm not against you. But I just want to let you know that ignorance is not a solution. I've seen the newscasts, all of those, even the disabled, the people with mental disability. I mean, I can say something about that myself, because I have a disability. I used to have dyslexia and autism, but now it's dyslexia and Asperger's, which you can hardly tell is there. But what I'm trying to say is, destroying doesn't solve anything. It only destroys yourself. And we already seen that. Don't make things worse. I don't care if you ignore me. I don't care if you think I'm making a joke of myself just by my name. But I'm saying this to you in the kindest way that you probably would have heard from anyone else, given that such kind state. That we gotta do something better. Rather it's being a Republican or being a Democrat. In fact, I want you to look at this. And if this hurts your eyes, then you can look away and close this video now. But this is a true example that says we have no difference. We're choosing those who can do better. Now, I came across this and I wanted to really get this out because it says that we're all human. But we're trying to fight for a better support, a better mean. We can do better. You just gotta try. Don't neglect and don't be stubborn. You just at least put in a helping hand. Everything can finally go in its place. Take for instance Mr. Beast, who was able to plant 1 million trees around. It was probably one of his biggest accomplishments that he's ever done, trying to help this world regain what it's lost. I would have done so the same. But here I am, just, sitting at the bottom still, and yet still going. I'm still trying though, just like how you guys can. And speaking of that, I want to let you know one thing about me. If you want to know what I am, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican either. I'm for only one side, and that's the true side. Because those are the ones that will make it better. Those that will say they will, but don't do it, I will not bother to see the truth of them ever. I vote for the ones that I know will make the better choice. I've been watching all kinds of the politics and seeing which one of those is likely to make the better choice. But that's what also you can do. Make the better choice. Don't neglect. Don't take pride over yourself. Pride is going to only taint your heart and mind. You can love and support each other without any bounds. That's what you should do. Don't take pride into your mind. Because as Martin Luther said, pride is the burden of stupidity. We are not stupid. But we are. We are those with feelings. Strong feelings. We can do a better work at everything. And speaking of that, I have a message for you, Europe. We may be separated, but we can still support one another. Our people need the encouragement to still help, not just themselves, but others too. And the reason I say that is because everything that we've done, such as exporting out food products, toys, manufacturers to other worlds, machinery, parts, and anything else that help make a future, they've been distributed from other worlds. But we are still able to help each other, keep in contact with one another, asking how everyone is doing. Shoot. I wouldn't even mind asking the other YouTubers of the world how they're doing right now. I would love to hear your words, because I want to know that if you're feeling as if you are supported by my words, I'd love to read your comments. For only my words may be just little to some, could lead a greater impact to many. That's why I've been making these videos as well, for entertainment that you can actually find happiness from. Maybe you laugh at me. Maybe you think I'm funny. But the one thing I do know is that you think I'm brilliant. Because I've been at least going and trying still. That's the best thing I've ever had from anyone. And I thank you all for that. I'm not joking. It's enough to have me shed a tear. That relief. Aside of the fact that we had our bad times throughout 2020 and with the bad presidents that we've currently had, such as those in South America, those here in the US, as well as in Mexico, in Russia, pretty much China. We might have one somewhere else we don't know where. Australia, Europe, Canada, Iceland. Every of these places can have a bad president. But ourselves as well can still make a better change. Can we do it? We may say we'll try. But as long as we remind ourselves we can do it, then sure enough we can. And speaking of that, I have a little message for every one of you, every single person of you to hear. People of the world, do your best to think of others that may need help. Give thank to those that at least offer. Don't be rude. If we're to call ourselves a real country, a real independent country, we need to be sure that our people are also independent for each other. This can go to anywhere. It can be here of the US. It could be those down in South America. It could be those of the other side of the world. It may even be those that could have been just reading this off from somewhere out in space and realizes that I'm just saying this straight out of heart. I'm not just saying this because I want you guys to think I'm trying to be supportive. I'm saying this because there are those that need to say it. There are those that need this message out. And to constantly remind you that we're not at a loss. Our hope isn't lost. We can make it through. The people with cancer, the people of mental disability, the people who feel that their hopes may have been lost forever, we can gain a new hope. We just gotta try. We can't be stubborn. We can't be selfish. We gotta keep trying. And speaking of trying, I want to let you guys know that the whole Black Lives Matter still carries on in this world. That's one of the things that's tainting us. Because Black Lives Matter is causing another destruction. That's another use of ignorance. And speaking of that, I have 2 black cats playing in the background. Oh, you can kind of see them. Well, let me soften your hearts a bit with a little something. This here is one of my black cats, Stevie. He's a bit of a pest, but I love him. And he loves me too. He knows I'm able to provide the care for him. He may not like some of the kisses I give him, but he knows I still care. Look forward to giving every kind of need there is. He's a special little boy to me. Quite like the dog I once had, Wildwood. He was a special boy to me. And yet I provided every care I could to the day he died. That's what we should be doing. We should think different. Just like the black man who brought water guns to not just veterans, but cops. And they all played. They shot each other with water, and no one was hurt. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure that they were water guns. They could have been Nerf guns. I'd have to look at it again, just to be sure. But I'm still saying, we showed that we're no different. I mean, that's coming from me, who may seem like a white person to you. But I'm surrounded by a bunch of black people that I don't just call my friends. I call my brothers, my sisters, my support. And if they need my support, I'm there for them. Any word, any offer, whatever it means to keep them happy, alive, supported, cared for. That's the example we need to do. We need to support each other to make things better. And we have to count on those that are going to make things better. So for the cops that have killed people, such as the whole George Floyd incident, all we have to do is record it, report it, and let other authorities who are going to make those better take care of the problem. But not the ones that will make it worse, such as the rallies, those riots. They never solve anything. We have to do everything we can to fix it. We can fix it. Lastly, I want to say that YouTube community, they may not be able to provide everything that I need, but you can. The whole point of this video is not for me to just say, just like my video, and I'll be happy. I'm making this video because I want a lot of you to realize something that needs to be spoken. This inevitable situation that we're in right now is the reason why I'm making this video. Because everything is falling apart. yet we can still patch it up so that we can still call it good until we can make it better. We just gotta keep trying. Try, and try. This video is an example of change for you guys then to share to as many people as you can so that I can get their message. No, I can get your message to them. That way you can say to them, you care. You want to support them, whatever it means. Any mean. Just show how much you care. How much you can support them. Any way that makes them feel as if they can rely on you. Just like how you guys are able to provide me support. If you guys like this video, feel free to. Same goes for the subscribe button. But my main mission is to get this message out to as many people and let them know that not only do I care or want to support them, but you care. This is Ninja of Comedy. I'm signing out. I'll see you guys next time. But I say do, be careful. Be safe. Provide anything of your own protection. At least be able to help another. And always remind, you're never at loss. There's always a way to fix it. Everyone, take good care of yourself. Bye.